Hey guys, it's Sonia. Good morning. Happy Saturday to you. How are you? Back at home base this morning. Easing into the day. Easing into the day. Had to go to the kitchen and grab my cup of coffee. Do you have yours this morning? How's everybody doing? Chris says, good morning. Good morning. Chris says, hello. Thank you. Oh, very nice. Popping up your business names. Absolutely. When we're live, be sure to share your businesses so everybody can find each other. Hi, Naomi. So what does your Saturday entail today? What are you guys getting into? I've shared with you before that I'm a big believer in, quantity, working hard, and when you are at work, focused on your work. So when you get to the point where now you're going to take some time off, because if you don't take time off, somehow your body will make you take time off. So so you should always pace yourself and always, have whatever works for your body, your schedule. For me, I like to take half days on Saturdays and my full day on Sunday. So I've got a half day to work today, and then I'm like, whew, all right, time to recharge. And then after that, it's anything that I want to get into, right? If we want to travel or do something like that. Never get so busy building your business that you forget to make a life. Because the whole reason you have a business, right, is so that you can change your life, design it the way you want to design it. And so never, ever forget that. So I hope you guys are taking some time off for yourself as you're building your business. Never forget to do that. But yeah, you're able to do that when you look back on the week and you go, man, I worked hard. I got up early every morning. I worked till I worked my badunk off all day long, and I deserve some time off, right? It's your business. So set your own boundaries, whatever you want that to look like, and build your business that way. So for me, I'm excited because this is the last half of the work week for me. We are in the last half stretches. Tammy's packing and moving. Jan says, I see a nap in my future. I like that. I do. I love lazy Saturday afternoons. We're just writing an estimate for a custom job. Very nice for a returning customer. Good for you. That is so good that you're doing that. And you know what? You touched on something that's really important. And that is that, sometimes people get caught up in the whole idea of, I want more followers. I want more likes. I want more new faces, right? Like I want to grow, but never forget the people, right? You got to take care of the people who have taken care of you to this point. So never forget to focus and to help the people that have been there for the long haul for you, right? I guess what it we called is new and returning customers, right? Don't just focus on the new and don't just focus on the new, focus on the returning as well, because don't just get caught up in that number. Take care of the ones that you got. So I'm glad that you got a returning customer, because it's not good when a business doesn't have returning customers, right? Otherwise you're always caught in that loop of finding more people, right? Why aren't they coming back? Maybe that's something you need to look at and figure out. So you should have a nice healthy dose of returning people and new people. That is ideal in business. You brag away, Jan. Woohoo! So I wanted to tell you that, I wanted to talk to you guys about today about, honestly, I titled this best tip for, basically presenting the best version of yourself. And I thought today, since we're all getting the nerve, we're all getting brave, and we're doing lives, and we're stepping out, because remember, businesses who step out in front of their logo, businesses who put themselves out there, people do business with people they like, they know, and they trust. And so if you're doing that, you know what, you're going to be more successful than somebody who is not. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't buy from websites if I can't tell, you do the work to even see if there's a picture of somebody on there somewhere, right? And if not, you're like, no, I don't know if I really sketchy about it, or don't know if I really want to even do business with these people, because I can't even tell if it's a live person. Like, what is this all about, right? So you know what? You, be your awesome self, put your awesome self out there. And today I have a tip on this glorious Saturday to share with you about how to maybe show your best self, okay? Put yourself in the best light possible, all right? Because when we look our best, then we have more confidence, right? Like we do. Because if you got somebody in your face, and when you're putting yourself out there, out in public, remember, out into the wild, then you want to look your best, and it gives you confidence, right? You want to represent your business the best as possible. When you look your best, you're more likely to go live. You're more likely to put pictures up. You're more likely to share those pictures. You're more likely not to delete those pictures, right? And you're more likely, once you see the reaction that you get, that you're going to do more of it. So there's something to be said for looking your best self. I also will use this case in point because tell me if this has ever happened to you, because it is like one of the rules of thumb. I'm pretty sure that there's like a rule about this somewhere, like Murphy's Law or something like that, where you get up and you have to go to the grocery store and you know what, maybe you haven't put any makeup on, or you know what, your hair, you haven't even brushed your hair. I don't know, maybe, you know, whatever. And the day that you go, that you run down in your, I don't know, if you're running your pajama pants, whatever, the day that you run into that little store on the corner that you always go into looking good, but the day that you go in because you got to grab something in a state of emergency, okay, and you don't get a chance to fix yourself up, is always the day that you will run into somebody that you have never seen in forever, okay? And if you see them, you might even try to dart around a different aisle or something like that, just to get away. Like, oh my gosh, I am so not prepared right now to have that conversation with somebody I have not, like, this is not the best version of me, right? You've run away. And then they find you, okay? They still find you in another aisle and they come up, and there is nothing worse, all right? Tell me if you've been there. There is nothing worse when you're there and you're just feeling like, this is not the best presentation of me right now. And they come, maybe you haven't brushed your teeth. Like I said, just not your best look, okay? And they find you and they come up and you're talking to them. And all you can think about, right, when they're like this close to you right here, like a screen right here, when they're this close to you, is what are they thinking right now? Like they, you know, like, oh my gosh, I got to end this conversation as quick as possible and get out of this situation, because why is it that any other day I wouldn't run into that person, and now today is the day, right? So I want to help you. Jocelyn says, always see people when I'm looking homeless. Yes, absolutely. Glam or homeless. I have two looks, right, Jocelyn? Especially when you're a furniture painters, will definitely get that, because every stitch of clothes you got is covered in paint, and people just look at you like, what is up with you, right? I have come to like that, because you know what? The introvert in me is like, I don't want everybody knowing what I'm doing. I would prefer people not to know who I am. And then if you recognize me, yes, that's who I am. So that's just my personal preference, right? I like not being all extra. How about that? So I want to talk to you guys this morning because that's the evidence. Okay. The evidence is that when you look better, you're probably going to engage with that person. You'll be okay with, oh, hi, right? You feel better to keep the conversation going a little bit longer, right? Because you feel a little bit better about yourself. So now we're talking about putting ourselves on camera, whether it's a picture or what's the video. So Sonia, what is your tip? This is my tip that I have for you. Okay. This is my tip that I have for you. Now, for those of you who don't know, that I have a journalism broadcast background, and that is what I went to college for in the very beginnings. That's what I was a newspaper reporter. So I took many, many photos, learned to use a camera, went on to work with the national media, worked in radio and worked in television. So I know about angles and things like that. So I'm going to share with you something that will really be beneficial to you guys today. All right. So you've got your handy dandy smartphone right here. And a lot of times we see people just, they hit the go button, right? They hit the picture, they hit the go live button, and we could be looking right here. They're looking at the camera because it probably feels like you're holding it right here. So you're looking down. Now, what's on this angle right here? What exactly are they going to see looking up, right? Well, let's see. They're going to see up your nose. They're going to see your chins, anything you got going on down here, right? Because gravity happens. They're going to be looking probably in not the ideal picture that you would like to put out there of yourself. So this is the overall thing. It's 3 things that make up this tip, okay? Don't put the camera too close to your face, all right? Your face should not be the entire screen, okay? That's a little bit, whoa, okay. So 3 things. Arm's length, okay? Arm's length, up, tilted in, down, all right? You got that? 3 things that make up the perfect selfie pose, the perfect camera pose for your camera, AKA your phone if you're just using your phone. So say it with me. Arms out, up, down, all right? Because remember, that camera is right there, all right, on the top of your phone right here. So what's happening right now is the angle that's coming down is going to be much more photogenic for myself, all right? Because now people are looking at me in an angle that's they're not up in my face. They're looking down instead of up, all right? And when you put and this is what you'll really like. When you put your phone at this angle, it actually makes you a little more shapely, okay? So if one of the things that you're worried about, or you feel like, oh gosh, I don't like put myself out there on camera, well, putting your phone, your video device at the wrong angle is not only not going to serve you, it's not going to help you, right? It might actually make you feel like still even more uncomfortable. So again, 3 tips: out, up, down. You got it? Right here, just like this. Now, you don't want to be crazy, like, hi guys, it's me, right here. I'm trying to make myself look like a pencil, and people are like, what are you doing down there, okay? Out, up, down. It doesn't have to be completely exaggerated. I'm just showing you so you guys can really see the difference, okay? Out, up, down. Boom, right there. That's a good angle for me, right? That's not up there like this here. That's way too much. All right, bring it down, tone it down, tone it down, tone it down. Out, up, sorry, outreach, up, down, boom, right there. You're gonna look at yourself, and if you wanna practice with this, you're gonna be like, dang, I look like I lost 10 pounds. How do I look so good, all right? But we wanna be real on camera, because you know what, when you're out and you're meeting people, because people will, when you start putting yourself out there, people will know who you are, all right? So people will find you. It always happens. For me, the yellow jacket is probably a dead giveaway. Of all the things that, you find me at Hobby Lobby in a yellow jacket, you're like, that's Sonia. I see her yellow jacket everywhere, right? So if you don't want to be found, don't wear the yellow jacket. But when people will find you, so I started to say is, don't get so caught up in, remember, your information is what people follow you for. Your personality is what people follow you for, right? It's like when you go over to a good friend's house, you don't care what their hair looks like. You don't care if they got makeup on today. You don't care if there's dishes in the sink, because the time that you spend with them is more important, right? Same thing when we have a Facebook page, or we're doing business on social media. People are there hanging out with you because if you're doing what I'm telling you and you're serving before you sell, people are going to hang out with you. They really don't care. In fact, in a lot of times, you might say hello just to kind of set up the video. Hey, it's me here talking. I'm going to put the camera down, and then we're going to get started on this project, right? And then you do your project. But people are there for the project. People are there for what they're going to learn from you today. So, and a lot of times, they don't even care what you look like, but it is nice to say hello and come on camera to set the establishing shot, if you can do that, if you have that ability, right? Because it personalizes it, and people go, oh, that's Sonia. Yeah, I'm going to follow her now, see what she's up to, right? So putting yourself out there when people meet you, don't worry about, having to look a certain way, because when you become friends with people, online friends, they don't care what you look like. And they will love you for who you are, because who you are is really helping them and bringing a smile to their face, or educating them, or inspiring them. I get this one hair that just wants to be in my face. So don't even worry about that. What's really not good is when you filter yourself so much, when you get so concerned over, if you go a long period of time on your social media and you are trying so hard to look a certain way, to the point where you're manufacturing what you look like, right? Like you're hiding stuff. You're setting your camera up so people are like, think that you're a pencil stick, anything, you're filtering it over. How hard is that going to be when you grow your following? And you will grow. And then you meet people out. That's going to only probably hurt how you feel, because you're going to I can never live up to what I projected, right? So it's better to be real. And there's nothing wrong with presenting yourself in a nice light like that. Out, up, down. But what I'm talking about is getting it to the point where you overdo it, and now you're scared to be seen in public because you can't live up to what you've put out there on the camera, and then it's only going to hurt your confidence, right? I turned around and bent over on a live the other night. Oh my gosh, this is going to make me laugh even before I finished to read this sentence. And I saw it on delay in my laptop. Oh, and you know what's worse? I got to tell you something too on that note, is that when Facebook, did it ever do this for you? It will choose the most horrible screen grab sometimes, right? You can go in and you can change it if you really want to. I'm just like, man, if it's that horrific, maybe somebody will click on it and go like, what is she doing today? Because I don't know what that look is, right? But yeah, Facebook has put me in the weirdest places. And the video might not even be about what the screen grab is. but it just takes the most, like, oh my goodness gracious, Facebook. So she says she caught herself bending over on a live. She saw it on the replay and she could have died. Oh, we love you, Pam, because we've all been there. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you because I know I could have died. Note to self, don't show my big butt on camera anymore. Oh my goodness gracious. See, that's the stuff that we think that people are focused on when really it's real life. And when you show up and you're your real self, that actually gives people permission to be their real selves. And they like you even more for it because you're normal. All right. You are completely normal. Right now, I still got my pajama pants on from last night, right? I could not show you that if I don't want to, but I'm going to show you because that's real. It's Saturday morning, right? I'm half dressed from the top up. Who cares? We're hanging out. We're having fun. You don't care. You're probably like, yep, I'm still in mine. Who's still in theirs right now, right? What you don't realize is that when you have a platform, and if you have just a couple people following you right now, you have people that look up to you, that are following you for a reason. And, if you want to set the culture of your Facebook page or social media platform to be like, you know what, we're all just humans trying to make it. We're all just trying to succeed here. A squirrel trying to get a nut. If you you set the culture of the people that will show up and that will tune in, right? And you could set it up any way you want. Like I always say, I could show up here with pearls and I don't know, a blazer this morning, but that's not who I am. And for me, my business is building for the long haul, right? Like I'm here for the long haul. So it's going to be harder for me to maintain somebody that I'm truly not on a Saturday morning than somebody who I truly am on a Saturday morning, right? So yes. So I'm all right with being yourself. Don't you ever, and honestly, here, I'm going to leave you with this too. Don't ever draw attention to something that you might think is your flaw, because somebody else might not even think that about you. You just think that about you. Because we are our own worst critic, right? And so we see ourselves in a different way than somebody else sees it. Somebody else is like, you're crazy. Like, what are you talking about, right? Have you ever had somebody say that when you said something out loud? And like, that is not true. Like, why would you think that about yourself? We are so hard on ourselves. And it's true. We are so hard on ourselves that we would never say the stuff that we say to ourselves, to a friend, or to somebody else, right? And you got to guard yourself and treat yourself and just protect yourself, right? Guard yourself and protect yourself so that you're not always beating yourself up. Know that this is real life. This is real life. I am what I am. It is what I is. And if you tune into my channel, you might see pajama pants. You know what? You might see me bending over in awkward positions to pick up that, I don't know, that wreath that ran away, whatever. But I know you do it too, right? And so don't try to be something that you're not. Chris says, I did one of my best ones, my PJs with my apron on. Oh, that's awesome. Nice. Jan says she has a personality she loves to follow and they're always in her pajamas. Right. That's real life. That's real life. That's not being like extra to the point where you can't pull. I don't know. I guess it just gives permission to other people, like, you're normal, right? Yeah. We're all in this together. Sandy says that. Pam, love it. Too funny. You guys are being funny in the comment section today. You crack me up. So that's my best tip. Really simple, but it works. So you can practice if you want to put your, your phone on a stand and take a couple pictures and see how it looks. You might, before you go live and you're getting things set up, put wherever you put your phone, just like before you hit the live, how it gives you the preview. Look at the difference it makes when you go out, up, down, and get it in the right light. And that's the right thing too, is to make sure the light source is on the front of you, ideally when you're going live. Otherwise, you're going to have to create your own light. There's a window behind me right now, but I have a light in front of me, right? Which is the light that I'm using right now is posted in our community, by the way, in the community tab. So you got to have your light source in front of you. And then look at your background as well, right? Think about before you go live, like what's in your background. Is it too noisy? That's what we always called in the news world. Is it too noisy? Is there too much going on back there? Or is it a nice setting, right? So yeah, just you want people to focus on you. So if you have something, and I got lots of books, that's not what I mean. I just mean like if you got so much going on in your background that it's hard for people to stop watching what's going on and focus on you. Or yeah, just tidy it up a little bit. If you got like a ton of colors, unless it's your branding, right? Just pick your background to be like, okay, what's something that people can focus on, and they'll pick up what it is I'm laying down here. Tammy, it is, if you go to YouTube, whether you're on mobile or you're on laptop, there's a bar that goes across the top, and it looks like this. This is what it looks like. Do you see up here all those words right there? That actually says community. So when you click on community, it'll come up. There it is. Actually, that's the like kit right there. There's also a community tab here where you guys can list right there who's here. So that's how we're finding each other. So 45 of you right now have commented and left your business name. So keep doing that. So that's the tab that will stay there. All right. So yeah, do you guys have any questions? I'm doing good, Sharon. Life is good. A little tired, of course, because this is the last day of my work week. And Fridays, like yesterday, I shared with you, we do basically the 3-hour drive to our shop, the 3-hour drive back to our shop, work while we're there. So I get to talk to a lot of people while I'm there. And I was working on a special project yesterday, which took me longer, but finally got it finished. I could finally get to announce that over the next, probably today or tomorrow, and get that done. Yeah, so today is like, woohoo, in the home stretches. So work so hard during the week that when the time comes that you can take your day off, that you're feeling good. You've got yourself caught up. You're where you need to be. So that way, because when you're a business owner, your mind really doesn't stop, right? You have a lot of things that you have to keep going. And especially if you're totally self-employed, right? If you're not relying and you don't have any extra income coming in, you realize quite quickly that, you know what, the house that you live in, the heat that you have, the food that you eat, you are self-sufficient, right? And if you don't do the work, but you don't eat, you don't have food, and you don't get to keep the house that you live in, right? So work hard, show up for your business on the hours that you do put into your business, because yeah, it's the quality of what you put in, right? Progress over perfection. Do the most important things, get those done, and the other things will follow. The other things will come in. Let's see. Chris says, Sonia got me to go live last July. I had around 50 followers. Now I have 360. And they're your true audience members, right? You're building not just people who fake like you, right? That are not going to interact, because we should talk on the whole thing of, you know, there's people out there who buy likes, they buy views. Yes, they're called view farms and like farms. And there's a lot of people that do that, but it can actually hurt you in the long haul. So Chris has done it organically, which means that when she puts a post out, the people who do see her post are the people who authentically want to see her post. They're going to engage. Imagine if you just put your content out to a vanity number of a certain amount of people who liked you, and they really don't like you. It's just that you bought their likes. They're not interacting. Well, what have I told you already? If Facebook sees that people are not interacting and they only show your stuff to a slice of the pie, your fake people might be seeing it. Your actual real life people, organic people, may never ever see it. And it's only hurting you, because right now, Facebook's going, wow, nobody's liking her stuff. What's going on here? Maybe nobody likes it. I guess we shouldn't show it to anybody. And it can really mess you up for the long haul. So I'm glad that you have your super fans. And she says, I only started doing lives 3 times per week, and that is what has boosted my following. It really does work. You can pay for ads, right? You can pay to get your stuff in front of people, or you can go live on video. You can go live on video, pay nothing, and get in front of people. So it's your choice, right? And anybody who says that social media is like, oh, it's changed. Everything changes. Get over it. If you really want to be successful in business, you'll get over the fact that businesses change and do their own thing, right? Just like if you have your own business, you can change and do whatever the heck you want. And if people are working with you at the end of the day, you can do whatever you want, right? I can close my store and only be open Friday and Saturday if I really want to, because it's my business and I set it up my way. It literally is not only my physical business, but it's my business, right? Think about that, right? So you can set it up however you want to set it up. But yeah, go live, build it. Chris says, no paid ever. Love it. Naomi says, film through your phone, then watch the live on your laptop. Yeah, that's a great piece of advice. She says there is a slight delay. Yep, there is. And that just shows you that, you know, when you start doing stuff and you start to see stuff like when Naomi is mentioning there about when you're on your phone or your computer, think about that. If you're the broadcaster through here and everybody's out on the other side, and they have the laptops and they have the phones, and they're all different devices, and we're all connected to the internet different ways. And now you go ahead, so you set up a laptop and you know that there's a delay. Doesn't that just give you more, knowledge is power. It gives you more knowledge. It helps you be able to say more confidently to your people. All right, friends, I know there's a delay. You know how you know it? Because you've clarity through action. You've already tried it. You've seen it work yourself in your own house, all right, on a second device. So that's why I say the more you do stuff, the more you get confident as a business owner to be able to tell people what's actually happening here, all right? We're going live. Yeah, there might be a slight delay. No big deal. You'll see me any second. There's usually about a 30-second delay, whatever. All that stuff that we do just makes us stronger, better at business. And we know we're in the trenches. We know what's going down, right? We know how this works. We know how social media works. Very nice. All right, if you guys have any quick questions, I will take a few before I pop off of here. Bridget says, oh, she's talking to Pam. Is the page manager different from where you post? I love you guys are having your own conversations here. Jocelyn says, I use a tripod, but it's shorter and I have to keep it somewhat closer so I can even see what's being said. Nice. Out, up, yep. Out, up, down. You are so welcome for that tip. Carry it with you for the rest of your life. Nice. Jocelyn says, my lighting currently is blinding me like the sun or non-existent. Yeah, I want the sun and warmth again. Oh, I know, right? So it's best to film earlier in the day, later in the evening, the golden hour. A lot of times in the middle of the day, when the sun is way up here, what happens is we can get these awful shadows on our face. Right now, my ring light's in front of me. It's the morning glow, right? But if I put that ring light on the top of my head, picture the sunshine when you're using natural light, you get the shadows from your eyelashes that come down and make it look like you're in the span. Everything starts to carve out like a dark skull. Things just don't look right. So if you're using natural lighting and you're using the camera tip, always make sure that the light source is in front of you. All right. So again, you can use the lighting in the morning, late day, but when the sun is at its highest peak and it's really, really harsh, it can also leave harsh shadows on you. So you want your light to be in the front of you, right? Face the window in the front of you. My window's in the front of me. I'm going out, up, down. Hey, Susan, how are ya? Susan from LaCie. I went to school with her is on here this morning. I recorded it to see how it went. Yes, that's a great idea as well. Go ahead and film. And before you go live, to test it out and see how it is. That's awesome. That's a great idea. Then delete it after so it doesn't take up all your phone memory. Way to go. You guys are figuring it out. Woohoo! All right, friends. Well, I'm going to pop off of here on this lovely Saturday. It is 8:30 in the morning. Got some work to get done so I can finish up my day and maybe go out and do something with Matt today. Of course, I'll be back again tomorrow. I'm here every morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time talking business over a cup of coffee as we grow our creative businesses together. So thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. I love hanging out with you guys, and I'm glad that you guys like hanging out with each other, because I see friends and conversations being made every single day, and that is awesome. Thank you, Bridget. The same to you. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate the hearts, the thumbs up, and if you love this video, take a moment to share. Share it with your friend who needs a new camera angle, okay? Share it with your friend who needs a new camera angle. They're just feeling not so confident. Do this tip, and it will make you feel better when you do go live on camera. You got this. I am eating all the hearts up. I appreciate the love. And Jan sends me monkeys and bananas and hearts. I love it. I love it. So I'm going to film my vlog today for my other channel. I got back super late last night, so I didn't get to do my daily vlog over there. But I'll be over there on the Sonia Miller, my creative channel, a little bit later today. So I'll see you guys over there. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you for the hearts. Judy says, thanks for the tip. I was showing up my nose. It's a new day. It's a new day. I love it. Little bit like little bit. Drink your coffee. Little bit by little bit, right? We'll get there. Because what happens is all this stuff that you learn just comes together for a magic little ball of goodness. Thank you, guys. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Oh, Lori, have fun. See ya.